Okay, I'm recording.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see you all here for tonight's meeting. And I'm happy that you found the time and join us. And I know that some of you were busy, some of you are still busy, and some might be busy afterwards, but you found the time and come and join us for tonight's meeting because we have two speeches prepared. And I know that Peter and Havran wants to hear your feedback. Why we are meeting? Well, we are a community of people dedicated to helping members to master their communication leadership and entrepreneurship skills. And how we do that? Well, exactly as you see it, we are giving a platform for the training and we're giving the feedback for the performance. That means that I expect all of you tonight to be ready to give both of our speakers feedback. Yes, Bernadette? Or you're just listening? Okay. I had a feeling that you asked something. Sorry. That was the mission which I just said for our club. And I know that we all know that the Toastmasters is an international community. And I'm glad that Bernadette, after a very long time, came and joined us. That means we are really international. We are not only Slovaks and from various ends of Slovakia, but we have as well a fellow Toastmaster from a bit far away. And I'm happy that Mariana is as well here. And I will tell you a little bit, hello, I will tell you a little bit about tonight. As I mentioned, I put the agenda into the chat. You can have a look whenever you need. We have prepared two speeches by Peter and Havran. And then we will have two evaluations by Lenka and Mariana. And of course, we will have a panel evaluation. Therefore, don't forget to take notes for both of the speakers, because I would definitely want to hear your opinion, and both of the gentlemen would like to hear what do you have to say and what kind of help you can give them. Then we have as well a supportive roles. We have grammarian, Peter, who join us. Then we have a quizmaster, Jaroslav, who will be asking us a very interesting questions. And the timer, Vivian, who is going to show us the cards. You know the drill. Exactly. You see the green one, you see the yellow, and when you see the red one, you know that it's the end. Don't forget, green, you already passed the limit, you are fine. Yellow means you are okay, get ready to finish. Red one means you are over the time. Please make sure you leave the stage. How we are going to show you as well the support, you know the clapping. Please test your hands. If you have a right hand, if you have a left hand, if you can do it with the both ones. Yeah, okay, I think we can, good, we can do it. In case every one of you has something like this somewhere around, please make sure it's on a muted regime or in an airplane mode or something like that. We don't want to be disturbed, and you definitely want to hear what is spoken here. And before I introduce our first speaker, I will ask you a question, because I would like to hear something really nice from you. And I will ask you, what is the highlight of today for every one of you? And I will start with myself. And I will say that the highlight for me is the fact that behind the computer is the window and I see the sunshine. And I'm so happy because yesterday was an awful day. It was raining, windy, and everything. So I'm so happy that today is a lovely sunshine day. And I will go in a circle. I will start with the Peter. Peter, highlight of your day. Short and quick, please. Peter Fichtner.
Yeah, like we are two here, you know, so which one?
I just realized,
Highlight of today. I cleaned my apartment. That's a nice highlight today.
Okay, very nice, short and sweet. Okay, I'll give the word to other Peter. Peter Shupina, your highlight of the day.
I got time to have lunch.
Okay, good. Damian, your highlight.
My highlight, my aunt and my aunt with my uncle came to visit us, and then they bring some candies for my little nephew, which is 1 year old, and so he can't eat the candy, so I will eat the candy. So I'm happy that I have candies.
Damian, this is very practical. In case anyone has more candies, please direct it to Damian. He will be very happy to help you with them. I will ask Jarko, what is the highlight of your day?
My highlight of the day is that I don't scream to the dentist because I have a broken teeth, and the dentist must this teeth repaired, and I
Okay.
don't scream.
Good. I need to be brave and I still need to go to the dentist. So Jarko, thumbs up for you. You were braver than me.
Thanks.
I will ask, thank you. I will ask our last gentleman, Havran, the best point of your day?
I didn't have a highlight of the day yet. I was getting up at around like 12. Like
Okay, the
I'm
highlight
up
wasn't
for
that
like 5
lunch you
hours
had?
and I cooked a meal. That's basically all I've done so far. So maybe the meal, it was nice.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. And now I will go to Bernadette, your highlight of a day.
Well, the highlight of my day today is that my dogs have minimal nuances. So they've been behaving most of the day. So that's the
Okay.
highlight. Because every day there's always something that they come up with.
That's a good highlight, I would say. That's a good
Yes.
one. Thank you. Lenka, your highlight of a day.
My highlight is still awaiting me. I will have it's like chocolate pudding with cream.
You can have a scream to that as well if you want, but
No.
let's keep it to the chocolate pudding. Fine. Looks like the food is really a good idea. Mariana, your highlight of today.
Well, I woke up at 4:30 this morning, just as in comparison to Havran and his lifestyle. And I just had a very heavy dinner, so I need to cheer up with you guys.
Okay, again, good food means a lot. Vivian, best moment, highlight of today for you.
Today I got a 1 from math. This may be my highlight.
Okay, good, thank you. And last but not least, Nino, I see that you joined. Question is, what is the highlight of today for you?
Well, for me, I think this is the highlight of my day, attending onlinepreneurs meeting, because it's all business meeting the whole day. This is my 5th meeting for the day. I just want to chill. Glad to be back.
Oh, we are glad to see both of you. It was a longer time, so glad to see you and Berns here. That's for the opening. I think it's the time to get ready to listen to prepared speeches. We have tonight 2 of them. One is by Havran and the other one will be by Peter F. So I don't forget that I have 2 Peters tonight, so I need to keep it in mind. But we will start with Havran. I was asking him what is going to be the title, what it will be about, and he's like, oh, I don't know, what shall I talk about? And I was like, oh, come on, Havran, you need to do something. And he was like, I really don't know. And then he came up, I'm going to connect with you with the storytelling. And I'm like, okay. And the title? Darkness is revealing. In case you know something about the music, you might be going in a good direction, but I'm not sure that that speech will be about the music. Because why? Well, darkness might hopefully reveal us something more, but I think it will be Havran's task to do that properly. Therefore, Havran is working on the visionary communication path. It's in the 3rd level, connect with the storytelling, and the title is, as I already said, Darkness is Revealing. Please make sure you take notes so you are ready for the feedback. And please give a big applause for Havran, because Havran, stage is yours.
Man, you are different. You always choose the worst, the harder, less comfortable. I've realized this since I've known you, you've always been like this. Those were the words that a friend of mine told me a few days ago. And it is true. I don't usually walk the easier path. I usually need to struggle, and I need to struggle a lot before I learn. And learning from own mistakes is the topic of today's speech. And it's not just learning from my own mistakes, my own misery, my pain that pushes me forward. Of course, there are also good things in life that push me forward, that positive motivation that keeps me going towards my goals. But that positive motivation is not going to be a story of today. No. My friends, story of today is going to be about one of the worst pains I've had in my life. And believe it or not, I wanted to have this pain in my life. After almost 30 years in my life, I decided to go and have a tattoo. And these words are forever on my arm to remind me of the path I walked and all the lessons I've learned while I was going that way. Wisdom comes through suffering. Some people say that it's really negative to have something like this on your skin forever, day by day, year by year, looking at it every time you wake up, every time you go to sleep. I strongly disagree. One thing that you need to remember when dealing with any type of struggle or pain is it hurts you only as much as you let it hurt you. And let that sink in a little bit. It only hurts you as much as you let it hurt you. That is a very powerful statement to make, and not many people can make it. A lot of people let their suffering, their pain, their challenges rule their lives, not be something they can overcome and become stronger thanks to it, but they make it be something that puts them down. But make no mistakes, my friends. We are all made from the same, and the circumstances around us is what makes us strong. You can take a piece of coal, throw it into fire, and it will burn. Put it under pressure and it makes a diamond, one of the strongest things in the world. Pressure and pain is actually a good thing. It was fear and pain and challenges we had to overcome, the thing that pushed us through the evolution for thousands and thousands of years. I recently had a bad breakup, and it was the last nail in the coffin when I decided to have this tattoo done, because I always liked this hard rock lifestyle, you know, long hair, tattooed arms, motorcycles, rock and metal music and stuff. But I was always afraid to go for it because, well, people around, if I have ink on my arms, on my hands, I might not get as good of a job as without it. My family certainly does not approve something like that. They're quite vocal against. Same with a lot of my friends and, well, my ex, she hated tattoos a lot. But finally making that decision, finally deciding to stand for myself, that was one of the most liberating things I've had in my life. And I am not sure I will have this feeling ever again. Because thinking about all I've come through, thinking about every single, what's the name? Every single thing I have survived, when I suffered a lot through a lot of hardness in life, and what I learned from it, that's the wisdom that comes from the suffering. That's the lessons learned. So at the end, I'm really happy I had this experience. Even it was really painful, even it was not an easy thing to get from thinking phase into doing phase. I would encourage every single one of you, face your fears and just make the step, do the thing, and don't look back. Thank you.
Thank you, Havran. Thank you for your speech. I'll give everyone a few seconds to take the notes. I'm hoping that you took some of the notes, so you are ready for the panel in a moment, because I did, and I'm hoping you did as well. And I will get ready for the second speaker. And as I already mentioned, Peter F. as well prepared his speech. And guess what? He's as well working on a visionary communication path. But he decided to do the evaluation and feedback, the first part. His task is to present a speech on any topic. And I was asking Peter what he's going to talk about. He was straight away, cold email outreach. You might ask, what's that? Well, I'm happy that I know Peter a little bit because I've learned a tiny bit. So I know that it's just not a random words put together, but it has a meaning behind it. And it means how to get to people whom you never met, but you are maybe interested to work with, connect, and so on. And I'm very curious because I think that this is a very interesting topic. And therefore, as I mentioned, visionary communication, feedback and presentation part 1. The title is cold email outreach. And I'm hoping that you again will be taking the notes because I'm handing over the stage to our speaker, Peter Fichtner. Stage is yours.
Thank you, Sonia. Please enable sharing.
Okay. Just a second. Can you test if it's okay? Can you share?
Mhm.
Okay.
Are you all able to see my screen? All right then.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Mhm. Can you see your faces as well, or is it just me? You can see your faces as well, no? Yes, no? Yes?
Yes, we can see. I can see the faces on the side, and I can see your presentation in the middle.
Okay. Starting. Thank you everyone for turning up today. Now, if you've been wondering, as Sonia mentioned, that, yeah, what is this mumble of words? I'll explain, don't worry. There's going to be a lot of stuff to explain, but we can get to it. But let's get to it. This is an easy, repeatable, and proven process to generate your first client as a freelancer with cold emails. Let's get to it. Now, I'll just go through it really fast because there's so much to cover. Let's call it just the Holy Six for cold emailing business owners as a freelancer, right? Point number one. If you're a freelancer and you're looking for a job, a freelancer, you might be a web designer, you might be a copywriter, you might be marketer, you might be translator, you can be whatever, right, that you can do online. And if you're looking for a job, you find people that like have applications out, right? With those applications, they have some directions for you to follow. They either tell you, send us your CV with some samples and your introduction video, for example, right? Well, then you do that. You do exactly that, because that's them checking if you can follow basic instructions. If you can't follow their basic instructions that they gave you in their application, you're automatically disqualified. Like, bye, they don't even talk to you, right? Point number two. When you're reaching to them via email, you need to get to the point and tell them exactly what you are applying for and why. Now, I don't know how aware of are you about this, but there are many ways of how to send a cold email to somebody, right? Like they don't know you. And how do you introduce yourself? And how do you invite a stranger to do business with you, right? There is a way. And it starts with getting really to the point. You are not going to ask them, hey, how was your day? How's your kids? You don't know the guy or the girl, you know, you don't do chit chat, you don't do small talk. You get straight to the point. Hi, I would like to do this for you, right? And you need to lead with a strong benefit. Your first sentence, it's like, oh, we'll get to it later. Point number 3 from the Holy Six, send relevant samples of your work. Now, this is directly for copywriters, so like advertisements or emails. But if you are a designer, if you are a translator, if you are someone who works with finances, just send reviews of your previous work with other clients, right? Or send them what kind of results have you made for clients, like what kind of designs have you made, what kind of songs you came up with, like whatever you can do online, you can be a freelancer, right? Just send them some samples. Point number 4, send a 30-second video, like you record yourself telling them who you are and why they need to pick you. This is just really brief, like, hi, I'm Peter. I want to do this for you. This is why I think I'm really good fit for it. Thank you. Looking forward to hearing from you. That's it, right? Funny is, you wouldn't believe how much finesse and like experience with talking to a camera goes into a video like this. 30 seconds, it can take an hour to make a solid one. Point number 5, emphasize that you're hungry for the opportunity and you want to work with the best, right? Whatever you are doing, you want to get better, you want to grow, you want to constantly like keep pushing, you know, your limits, your boundaries, like you're an freelancer or entrepreneur, you basically you are your own business, right? So you want to keep growing. And guess what? People who like to do the same like to work with people like you, if you're like that, right? So you want to show it. You want to show that you really want to do this. You want to get better by this. You want to do the best job you can do, and either make them money, make them more popular, do something else for them, you know, whatever you can do for them as a service. Point number 6, set up a calendar reminder to follow up every 3 days. Now, the goal is in the follow-up. Not every business, not every person is going to reply to a stranger on their first email. That's just like, how many people send you an email and you're like, who are you? I'm not even going to reply. Like, we get emails like that, right? So if I get an email, I can maybe read it, but I don't reply. Then in 3 days, I get another one. I'm like, okay, what is this, right? And I get more interested. And if the follow-up is good, there's business. Now, what's important to keep in mind? First sentence in your email, you need to send relevant samples. You need to send them a good video, and you need to follow up. Very simple. Bonus tip. If you are starting out, this helps you build a portfolio as well, like samples of your previous work with results, right? So once you've made a lot of results for different people, you can put it all into your portfolio and then just attract new clients like, hey, I've done this for this guy. If you want, I can do it for you too. And if you've done a good job, they're very likely to say yes. Remember one thing though. If you work with people and you are going to change the data or something in some way, like if you're a freelancer, if I'm a copywriter, for example, a marketer, I want to see the results of my work, right? I want to see how much more money I made them, how much my promotions and sales made them, how fast it was, you know, what was the results? Can it be tweaked? Can it get better, you know? And just work with people that can give you those results, because if you don't know if your work performs, if you don't know if you can actually do a good job, right? How are you going to supposed to get paid for it? Now that's it. You are all set. Have fun with this. It's not rocket science. Okay, it's really simple. If you didn't understand most of what I said, you can just reach out to me. I'll explain it to you again. If you want my help, just visit my website. That's absolutely fine. It's just myname.com and you can book a link. And thank you. That's me. That's my speech. That's should skill people. Remember that. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for a very interesting presentation. I hope that if people are interested, you are willing to send it over. Yes?
What?
If people are interested, you are willing to send it over if there is an interest. The presentation.
Sure. I mean, it's super vague, but yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Please make sure that you write or finish the notes you were taking for Peter's speech. And I will check with our first evaluator, Lenka. Lenka, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Please, everyone, give a big applause to Lenka because she's going to evaluate Havran's speech. And yes, Havran's back here. So please, stage is yours, Lenny.
Thank you, Madam Postmaster, for this pleasure. And Havran, nice to see you again and to be able to hear your speech. Visionary communication and connecting with the storytelling, it's something which is always interesting and challenging. Challenging because we need to connect with people with the emotions, to use descriptive language, to use this kind of problem of the main character, and to have kind of lessons learned at the end of the speech. And well, what I liked about the speech here, Michael, I like that you use deep thoughts about how pain can hurt us and how it can make our life better. or that it only hurts as much as we let it. You told about liberation and lessons learned from the suffering. You used a lot of descriptive language. Also, some sentences were shorter, which is really good, and you used pauses. I like the metaphors you used as well. As you conclude your speech, you use the summary, and also you had a strong call to action. Face your fear, do it, do not look back. For me, this is very strong advice. Just do it and do not look back behind. What I would recommend you, there are two things. One is about the emotions. As I said at the beginning, emotions are key to storytelling. You use so many deep thoughts, and the main feeling I had, since it was about struggle and suffering, I had kind of, that's tough, a little bit depressed. I would really recommend you to end at the end lighter, or use some lightning of the speech during the speech. The deliberation, how it felt, that suffering you went through, and after that, what was the feeling? So we can touch it, we can feel it, and we can see that, yes, it really has the meaning to have suffering in our lives. And the second recommendation is about the storytelling. When we are using story technique lines and skills, we usually have the characters. We usually have the problem and this kind of suffering which the prince has to overcome. Here in the structure of your speech, I would recommend to stick more to this scheme of storytelling. Who were the characters? What problem did you solve? What were your dilemma? How did you solve it? It was there in your speech. However, it was hidden a little bit. So polish it a little bit, and I will look forward to hearing the speech one more time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lenka. Thank you for your evaluation. I'm glad that I see that we have two more guests here, but I'll right now open the panel evaluation. So whoever wants to join and give a feedback, please give me some kind of sign that you want to speak. And please, yes, Peter, I'm starting with you. You can start.
Abraham, thank you for opening up and sharing something that is very important for you. I love it, really. Now, what I would like, but this is just like, I think the general style of it, you know, if you want people to feel really something like, I don't know, with storytelling, if you want to tell more gripping stories for the people that so they can get themselves into it, right? Use present tense instead of past. So instead of saying, I was in pain, I was suffering this and this was happening, just say like, look, this is me a month ago. I'm suffering. My life is going to shit, you know, I'm gonna get a tattoo and everything is going to be fine, right? Sounds a little bit different. It's like, for me, it's like, I want to get to that, and that's it. I want to give time to other as well, people.
Okay, who's next? Damian.
Hanan, I like your beginning. It was original, and mostly people are starting by using some question and then use something different, and I like it. And second thing, the mood of the speech that was also awesome. It was little bit sad and serious, this combination I feel there. And I would recommend you mentioned personal study, and I would hear more, or at least one recommendation from the personal story, because mostly it was about pains happiness go through suffering and something like that. So I would like to hear something personal, some personal recommendation.
Okay, thank you, Damian. Nino, I saw that you raised a hand.
Yes. Though I already have my message to Habran, but I would like to share something to everyone also who is delivering a speech like him. Anyway, Habran, I am really impressed how you withhold your emotions during your presentation, and that's admirable. And another is I felt that the message was the whole time was so heavy. We could have tried also to balance it by injecting a little humor, so the emotions that you are emitting to your audience would a little balance somehow. Like you could have closed it with, "Gosh, it's still so painful," and I mean the tattoo. So something like that. That's my own recommendation, Sonia.
Perfect, thank you, Nino. And I see the red color. That means that the panel evaluation for Havran is over. And we are getting to our second very important lady of tonight. Mariana is going to evaluate Peter's speech. Mariana, are you ready? Perfect. Please
Yes.
give a warm welcome to Mariana. Stage is yours.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. We are privileged with Lenka because we are two women giving evaluation to two men. This is very nice. Peter, I like your sunshine that you show from your head. That is definitely setting the topic for the speech that you had. And also the very, very optimistic and nice color of your presentation, the orange color, that was also wonderful. I like that your speech was informational. You focused on practical tips for everybody, easy to follow tips, specifically in a specific situation of acquiring clients. That was amazing. And I also like that your 6 of your holy points, as you call them, you accompanied them with certain even more practical advice or a little bit of story behind what you recommend everybody to remember. I guess when you would within a week ask your audience what was my holy point number 3, most probably some of them would remember, because it was very, very instructive, the speech. Also, I like that you are very confident on this topic. So I assume this is your topic that is very close to your heart, and you were able to talk about it without any problem, any hesitation, and so on. You also had a conversational style, which was like the speech presentation style was conversational, which was bringing you closer to your audience. Some recommendation that I gathered here. First, of course, was test the sharing option before the speech, because you lost some seconds there. My recommendation for the camera is put it more up. I had the feeling that you are looking at me down like this, and I assume Sonia, for example, she's standing now. Are you, Sonia? And so her camera is up. But yours is a little bit down. So it is better, because then we will feel as if we are really in a TV presentation style. So that would definitely help you. Then I had a recommendation on your conclusion, because I assume that you wanted to market your own company. And the conclusion that you gave to that specific topic of marketing yourself was very short. So try to work on that a little bit more, so that actually you show us in practical terms how you market yourself. That would be within the conclusion. And in connection to the conversational style, I noticed very often you use the filler word right. I don't know if you notice it in yourself, but I noticed it, so I just give it to you so that you can work with that. all in all, thank you for the wonderful topic that you brought, very practical and instructive recommendations for your audience. And back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mariana. Thank you for amazing evaluation. I'm opening another panel evaluation for everyone who wants to. Yes, gentlemen, I see that you are now switching the roles. Havran, stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter, for a really nice speech. I did have a few moments, like aha moments. For my next email, I'm going to write as a cold email. Most of the structure was okay. One thing I would recommend you to think about as a suggestion is, if you are speaking about cold approach and not being too chit-chatty at the beginning, the conversational style of your speech is something I would think about, and maybe put it a little bit more formal in order to practically show us how to do it during your speech, as if we were the cold contacts. Otherwise, it was amazing, and thank you for it.
Thank you, Havran. Who is the next one? Bernd?
All right. Thank you, Peter, for delivering such a great speech. And I can relate to your email marketing because I've done that. I would like to see, though, just an example for us, like for somebody that don't know what it's about. You probably can give like 2 comparison emails, one that works and one that is a little bit so-so, and let us analyze which one that could give us a very good example, so that you can really get our brains going, because sometimes we don't really get the point when you're just talking about it, but some visual would help. But other than that, you've done such a great job in actually putting that in a very short time, and great job. So thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Bernd. Anyone else? Raise the hands, give me a sign. And because at the moment you are waiting, I will use it and I will say my few ideas, which I put it down. I really enjoyed the presentation. It was easy and simple to follow. And it was very clear to understand for me, because I might probably heard few information before, but I wouldn't know everything. And I see that, okay, Nina, thank you. Damian will be the next one. And I will say only to Peter what maybe not to do. You were, I think, at least twice used in the beginning. So let's start, or let's move on, or something. As Havran said, maybe a little bit less of that not so formal language, but to concentrate more on that presentational one. Damian, you wanted to say something. So
yeah, I want to say something to Peter. I like the presentation. It was to the point, and you sold me that cold email strategy already. And like Bernardo mentioned, maybe one example or good cold email. That would be nice.
okay, Nino, did you see someone else to raise the hand?
Omar.
Okay, if there is no one, I'll give you a few seconds in case you took the notes and you weren't brave to speak up. Please take now the time, open the chat, find Havran and find Peter, and paste the information into the chat so the gentleman can have it and can use it for the next speeches. And when it's done, we will move to quantitative roles. You know, it's not only about the speeches and the feedback for the speeches. We also should have a look at something called English and grammar. And then we should check how we really pay the attention. And we definitely need to know how we did with the time. I will start with the grammar. because we have tonight someone who was watching over our English. And I will hand over now the stage to another Peter. This time not Peter Fichtner, but Peter Schupina. Please tell us what you found out, how we used our grammar tonight.
Thank you, Sonia. Fellow Toastmasters and most honored guests, I observed the use of English tonight, and I found it very well used. I will point out some usage of the language which I found very interesting and not very used or commonly used. And then I will mention some things I found that could be improved. Starting with the things I liked from Havran's speech, it pushes me forward. So it's something that makes me improve myself or something like that. The other thing is let that sink in, as if you take your time to think about it. And the third thing, to be vocal against. That's something when you want to emphasize that someone is really strongly against something. And there are two things which I found that could be improved. Sonia, in the introduction round, said a question, and how we do that. I think there is one question word missing, and how do we do that? I think would be a proper grammar structure. If not, let me know. And then Yaro, when talking about dentist, he said, scream to the dentist. I think it should be scream at the dentist. That's all findings I have for tonight. Thank you for listening. Back to Toastmaster Sonia.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for reminding me that I should not scream at the dentist, but I should scream to the dentist that I don't want to go there. That might be a bit more appropriate, that I don't want to go there. But well, that's for the after party discussion. But because you mentioned him, I will invite Jarkko at the stage because he was paying attention whole evening and he has now the questions because he's our quiz master for tonight. Jarkko, stage is yours.
Thank you, Sonia. So we can have now a game. I said a question, and if you said the right answer, you can choose. You can choose to another fingers, and if you have a right, you can plus another thumbs. Okay. The first question is how can we name Havran's pathways?
Visionary communication.
Okay, the one thumbs up. Okay, who can tell what is the direction on the Tetius Havrans?
From right to left.
Yes. But no. What was the whole the title of this Tetius?
Wisdom comes through suffering.
Okay. Another question: what is on the portfolio of the top of the Havran's cap?
In flames.
Okay, Petro, thanks. How can we call the project of the which Havran has a speech?
Connect with storytelling.
Yes, thank you. Then how many holies were in Peter's Pichna?
Six.
Okay.
Come on.
Peter's Pichna, in which pathways has a speech?
Visionary
Visionary
communication.
Okay. What is the most important in email?
Follow up.
Follow up.
No.
Video.
First
Video.
sentence.
No.
Why they have to push me, pick me?
No. The
Data and results.
first
Introduction.
First sentence.
sentence. Yes, yes. And bonus tip. What is the bonus tip of the
Portfolio.
Peter's Pichna?
Ask for data and
If
results.
you have a portfolio.
Yes, yes, Bernadette, you have right. Okay, and how many times you can choose to another? Who is the winner?
I think it's me and Lenka who has 3.
Okay,
Who are in
ladies.
competition.
Okay, ladies, you are the best. Thank you for my attention.
Thank you, Jarkko. Just a note to Peter, Shupina, and Mariana. This is a competition, and honestly, you need to be shouting. I know you're trying to be nice and kind, but we are not friends in this. You either shout or you are not getting the point.
So
Just a
everybody
wa-
needs to have his microphone turned on, because while I turn on the microphone, I don't have a chance.
Yes.
Well, quick fingers, loud mouth, and it is. Mariana, no worries. Next time you have the chance. Last but not least, there is a timer who was checking our time. And I will invite at the stage Vivienne with her timekeeping. Vivienne, stage is yours.
Thank you. Sonia had 10 minutes and 21 seconds. She should have 7 to 9 minutes. Havran, he should have 5 to 7 minutes. He had 6 minutes 42 seconds. Peter Pichna, he had 6 minutes 56 seconds. He should have 5 minutes to 7 minutes. Evaluator Lenka, she should have 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Lenka had 3 minutes 22 seconds. Panel evaluator should have 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Peter had 1 minute 10 seconds. Damian 1 minute. Nino 1 minute 3 seconds. Together had 3 minutes 13. Evaluator Mariana, she should have 2 minutes to 3 minutes. She had 3 minutes 23. Panel evaluator for Peter Pichna should have 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Havran had 1 minute. Bernadette had 48 seconds. Damian 35 seconds. Together had 2 minutes 25. Grammarian Peter Shupina, he should have 1 minute to 2 minutes. He had 2 minutes 20. Quizmaster Yaroslav, he should have 1 minute to 3 minutes. He had 2 minutes 55 seconds. Thank you.
Perfect, Vivienne. Thank you very much for your time report. And that's for the quantitative roles. And that's the end of my reign at the stage. Because right now I'm handing over to the most important person at this meeting, who was checking us all, not just those who were already speaking, but everyone. And he's going to give a feedback. Please, really big applause for Damian.
Thank you, Sonia, for inviting me on the stage. Your role is over, but mine is starting now. And I'm going to start with you and give you that feedback that you want, that you're waiting for. And let's start. Okay, you explained to us basic things, how Toastmasters work, turn off phone, what we are going to do, agenda. You shared to the chat 20 minutes before that we have meeting, everything that done right, I think. Even your transition, when you asked question, your transition were smooth. It was funny. All your what you were talking between the questions, even introductions, people on the stage. Well done, Sonia. Well done. It was energetic. One thing I would recommend you. That beginning, it was so slow. It was like you was stalking that Toastmaster is the organization we are helping. But when you ask question, then start everything. And how I told you that it was introducing speaker, for example, how run using hands there, then, and the kung fu with your hands. And I like it. First, and I'm going to continue to first evaluator Lenka. And Lenka started with brief explanation of the topic, what you think about this speech, and it was good beginning. And you have detailed evaluation. You are focusing on things like poses, metaphors, everything. That's amazing, and I like it. And the recommendation that were also amazing. I think storytelling is one of the main thing you need to improve. And one personal recommendation, like it was, I think, lightest speech, or it was your word, so I don't know. And I think I like everything. And I'm thinking what recommendation I'm going to give you. And I don't know now already. I like really your evaluation. That and okay, let's continue to second evaluator, Mariana. And Mariana, you started with a little bit funny. You mentioned something and everyone laughed, and that was good starting, make everyone laugh. And you gave recommendations to Peter, what I would give to Peter. I think that were good recommendations. One thing I think you should focus is the transition between recommendations, because you were looking into the note and then say something, like it was structure. And that is my recommendation. Let's continue to grammarian Petr Shupina. And Peter, you told us what you heard, what grammar mistakes you heard, and you explained it to us what you think that why they are incorrect, and you told us how they are sounds correct. And only one recommendation is speak a little bit louder, and that's all from my side. Yaro, I like you as quizmaster because you have that energetic voice what I am talking you about all meetings, and you are always a Toastmaster. You explained us to us rules, and you completed the main purpose of the quizmaster, and that is fun. We had fun. I was watching on people and they had fun. And I think when this is completed, then that was good role as Toastmaster, quizmaster, sorry. And my recommendation there was a little bit mess at the beginning, so you can little bit maybe write yourself the beginning, so it will be more smoother. That's all from my side. And last one, our timer Vivian, and they told us time. That's all good. maybe one recommendation, look to the camera, and I don't have any other recommendation because you are showing us time cards, and also you told us time, so I like it. Just one thing, look to the camera because you were reading all the time. And that's all from my side. I hope that I didn't miss anyone, and I have question on the end. And I was thinking what question I'm going to ask, but do you have any good question for end this meeting? You can all unmute yourself and told us one good question for which should I ask to you. So we will have fun. What do you think? One question, original one.
Did you ever try to eat any dog food?
Oh. Okay. I start with Sonia. Did you try it, or cat food, or I don't know, papaya food, or what? Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I had the dog before. Right now we have a cat, but as a proper dog owner, you have those tiny little biscuits, and you are always curious how they taste. So yeah, I just nibbled it and like yeah, I don't really know how the dogs can eat it, but they are very happy. So I admit that I did try the proper dog's biscuits, but honestly, they don't taste that good, or at least not to me.
I would try biscuits as well. I think if it's biscuits, I need to try. Second one, Peter Shupina.
No, I haven't tried, mainly because I don't have any pets and I don't want to buy pet food just to try it.
So you like more human cuisine than dog cuisine. Yeah. Okay, Lenka, what about you?
Well, I have never tried animals food. We had a bird, and we were picking up the small animals in the ground. So it's not really something I would like to try. However, my sister-in-law's dog, he's eating this salami kind of, which is like ordinary salami. So well, I'm not eating dog food, but dog food is eating our human food.
That is nice. I think that as well. Nino, you tried some pet food or any shark food, or I don't know what you have in the
Yeah, I think it tasted like more like a poultry feeds that you give to chickens, but I actually tasted it a little bit. It's just more salty. Weird.
So it's good. Okay, you're now second person there. Each try any pet food. Mariana, what about you?
No, I am with Peter Shupina in this. I don't. I don't have a pet. I used to have a cat, but this was also very smelly to me. This food that he ate. So no. I am into experiments, but of different kind.
I agree with it. I like any cuisine, but dog cuisine or any cat cuisine is not my. I don't like. And I think Havan, there is question. You already, I think you already ate some Havaran or any. No, so you transform it like.
Well, seeds are food for birds and for people as well, so that doesn't really count. But when I was a kid, my dad used to go fishing, and one time when we were fishing, I was hungry and I ate almost all the pasta and corn we had as a bait for the fish. So you can say that I eat the animal food because it was meant for animals to eat, not for me.
Yeah, that's correct. That day you did you catch some fish because you ate all bait?
Oh no, yeah, we did a
Yes,
few. They were very small, and we had to let them go free. So
yeah. Okay. Bernard,
Well, I may have several dogs, but I was never curious how it tastes, this dog food.
never tried.
I smell them. Yeah, I'm just up for smelling and can feel like this is not human food. So I'm not even curious at all, even with their biscuits that smells like milk, but I'm not even tasting it. So yeah, I'm okay. And some people said that it's not so salty. The cat food is more salty compared to the dog food. I say, okay, I trust your your answer for that one, but I'm not tasting it myself. But if you ask me, they've tasted human food for sure.
I think I need to start with cat food if I wanna eat some dog or pet food at all. Yaro, what about you?
I don't try, but I don't. I I believe that I don't must to try it. Never ever. Okay.
I don't know, because the biscuits look good, and for example, chicken for cats that look amazing. So maybe one day you can try.
But it smells not good for me, and then I don't eat it. Okay.
Oh, sorry. So you do this and half, and that's all.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Vivian, have you ever tried some food, pet food?
No, I didn't eat pet food. I've never.
No, me as well. I don't think so. That is good. And last one is David. Are you here? Chill, David.
Hi, I have always tasted my pet's food because I want to know if they're poisonous or not. Plus, my dog has trust issues. So before he eats it, he would stare at me and would want me to take a bite first before he does.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but you need to think, because when you try that food and it is poison, so you die, and your pet know that you do otherwise, your pet die, and you know.
Yes. He very much loves his life. That he wants me to taste it first before he does.
Okay, I think you are a big dog lover. And thank you all for coming today. I think big applause to Sonia, our Toastmaster of the evening. I think he did a great job. And I'm closing this meeting, and you can unmute yourself and start. I'm starting after party. You want to say something, you can now.